Welcome to ATP's Introduction to the KLN 94 GPS. This video is not intended to explain theory. It is not an overview of the global positioning system or regulations regarding this system. This is a practical introduction to the function of the KLN 94 GPS. Starting the GPS. Complete the after start checklist up to GPS, enter waypoint, flight plan, approach as required. The GPS should automatically begin to start up when the avionics master is turned on. If the screen does not turn on, push the knob in the lower left-hand corner labeled Push On. The screen comes alive in one color, then transitions to full color. You can now rotate the knob to adjust brightness. Nav mode selector switch must be in the GPS position. After the warm-up, the test information display appears. The Pass OK in the lower right-hand corner indicates that the GPS has passed its internal test. Additional information is displayed to verify that the external indicators are receiving good information from the GPS. Enter the current local altimeter setting in the Baro field using the inner knob on the right-hand side of the GPS. The CDI on your GPS indicates the standard 2.5 dots deflection with a DME reading of 34.5 nautical miles. Verify the CDI on your NAV1 indicates 2.5 dots deflection to the right with a from indication. The GPS only communicates with the NAV1 CDI. The OBS course selected on the NAV CDI should match the OBS course listed on the GPS screen. When the OBS course on NAV1 is adjusted, the OBS indication on the GPS must change as well. Press the ENT Enter button to accept the self-test results. The next screen will show the date and the time and the nearest airport. The date and the time must be accurate within 10 minutes. Below the current airport, the course and distance from the airport reference point in the AFD is listed. On the left side are the current GPS coordinates. Press Enter again. The next screen shows the date the database will expire. Verify within currency and press Enter again. Basic GPS functions. Use the large outer knob to travel along the lower bar of the GPS. These are the different chapters within the GPS. The small inner knob travels between pages of the selected chapter. The four most used pages of the KLN 94 are the NAV1 page, NAV4 page, Nearest, and the Flight Plan 0 page. NAV1 page gives you useful information for navigation. The left column of all nav pages give you the current distance to your next fix. Below the distance is your current ground speed. Since we're still on the ramp setting up the GPS, it indicates 0 knots. DTK stands for Desired Track. This is the course you must fly with the CDI centered in order to stay on course. TK stands for Track. This is your track across the ground. If you are on course and you match your TK to the DTK, you will stay on course. In the center of the NAV1 page, you see the active leg. Here you will see either a direct to indication or a from waypoint and a to waypoint with a standard arrow. Beneath the waypoint is the CDI, or course deviation indicator. Beneath that, you'll see the cross-track correction and the CDI scale, which will change depending on which flight environment you are currently in. VNAV off indicates that we are not using vertical navigation from the GPS. The GPS should always indicate VNAV off. At the bottom, you'll see the current bearing to the active waypoint and the ETE to that waypoint. The right column of all nav pages will enunciate the different modes and statuses of the GPS. You will typically see the GPS in leg mode, but will occasionally need to change it to OBS mode using the OBS button. This column will also indicate whether in terminal mode with the approach arm message or approach mode with the approach active message. Whenever a yellow M appears, press the MSG button to read the message and comply with any instructions. To display the NAV4 page when on any other page, press the range rocker switch or the menu button. To scan through waypoints in the scanning window, pull and turn the inner knob. With the desired waypoint displayed in the scanning window, press Direct and Enter to go direct to the selected waypoint, or press Enter to display the waypoint page for the selected waypoint. To temporarily declutter the map, press Clear once to deselect land data. Press Clear a second time to declutter arrow data. To restore all data, press Clear again or leave the Nav4 page and return to it. To change the map orientation, press the Menu button. Move the cursor over Item 3 and turn the inner knob to select TK Up. ATP policy requires that the moving map display with current ground track oriented up. Auto zoom is recommended for use. Press and hold the range rocker switch for 2 seconds to initiate auto zoom. This mode will always scale to a range that allows the next waypoint to be in view. Manually adjust range with the range rocker switch. The Nav4 page must be used for all approaches to aid situational awareness and to create a visual reference for course intercept and distance. The NRST button, or Nearest, offers you the nearest of several different types of nav aids. In the event of an emergency, select Nearest, then press Enter with Airport highlighted. Press the Direct button and enter to get course guidance and distance information to the nearest airport. You can also select Nearest VOR, NDB, or Waypoint. Press Enter to see useful information such as frequencies. Entering a flight plan. Before entering the flight plan into the GPS, request an IFR clearance.
November 753 Golf Whiskey, cleared at the Daytona Beach Airport via radar vectors, Victor 51, Ormond, direct, climb maintain 3000.
Use the outer knob to select Flight Plan or Flight Plan Chapter. Use the inner knob to select Flight Plan 0. This is the active flight plan. Later flight plan pages have saved flight plans. In order to navigate with the GPS, the waypoints you wish to fly must be listed in Flight Plan 0. Add your waypoints into any flight plan page and then select Activate Flight Plan to move it to Flight Plan 0. You can enter 3 different kinds of navigational waypoints into the GPS: airports, ground-based nav aids, and GPS 5-letter fixes. Always start with your current airport. Outer knob highlights a character. Inner knob sequences through characters and numbers. Review your navlog and low and route chart for your flight path. Instrument cross-country flights should be planned along published federal airways. If intercepting an airway between 2 fixes, enter your From fix first, even though you won't actually be flying over this point. Example: we plan on flying from Craig Airport to Daytona Beach using Victor Airways. We will intercept Victor 51 somewhere between the Craig VOR and the fix Bundy. By listing Craig first, we guarantee that we are flying the correct course from Craig to Bundy. Continue entering the rest of your waypoints. While flight planning and creating your navlog, you only need to mark waypoints that require a course change. However, when entering your flight plan in the GPS, you should include all waypoints. This increases situational awareness and reduces delays in navigation if ATC sends you direct to a fix along your planned route. Loading departures and arrivals. If your IFR clearance includes a published SID or STAR, you can select after activating your flight plan to the Flight Plan 0 page. Here we want to select an arrival into Gwinnett County. Press the Procedure button in the upper left-hand corner of the GPS. Choose between selecting a departure, arrival, or approach. Use the outer knob to select Arrival. Choose your arrival airport. If the STAR is published for another airport, you would select that airport. Here we select LZU. The airport identifier is in the top left of the screen, and STAR is at the top right. Listed below are the arrival procedures for that airport. Select which STAR you have been cleared for with the outer knob and press Enter. Use the outer knob to select a transition if cleared for one. The GPS asks, Add to Flight Plan 0 with the cursor active. Review the waypoints with your arrival procedure chart, and after verification, press Enter. You are returned to the Flight Plan 0 page. Your arrival procedure is now included in your flight plan. You can review the flight plan by selecting Cursor and using the outer knob to scroll through the waypoints. When loading a procedure with a waypoint that already exists in your flight plan, the GPS will automatically remove the redundant waypoint and inform you with a message. Always verify that your GPS flight plan matches your cleared route by cross-checking against published charts. Modifying a flight plan. To add a waypoint to your flight plan, activate the cursor and scroll to the waypoint that will be after your new waypoint. The GPS always creates a new waypoint in front of the highlighted waypoint. Use the inner knob to begin selecting characters, then the outer knob to highlight the next character. Once you have entered the waypoint, press Enter. Verify it is the correct waypoint and press Enter again. To delete a waypoint, select Cursor and highlight with the outer knob. Press the Clear button. The GPS asks if you wish to delete the waypoint. Press Enter to delete. Press Cursor to cancel. If you are in the air and told to intercept a radial or course inbound to a fix, or if you were vectored away and then told to rejoin an airway, you must put the GPS into OBS mode by selecting the OBS button. This allows you to set your own desired track inbound to the fix using your Nav1 OBS selector. When in OBS mode, waypoints will not sequence, so when approaching the current waypoint, you must reactivate the leg mode by pressing OBS again. Thank you for watching ATP's Introduction to the KLN 94 GPS. Please watch the next video in the series, KLN 94 GPS Approach.